Hello and welcome back to English Friends Chat. We are the hosts, Emma and Ryan.
Hi, everyone. We are truly delighted to be here with you today. We just love that you choose to spend your time with us, listening and practicing your English.
And if this is your first time listening, or maybe you're new to our community, a huge welcome.
Before we introduce our topic today, I have to ask you, how are you feeling right now? Your energy?
Thanks for asking. I'm feeling a lot better now, thank you.
Oh.
I'm feeling pretty calm, ready. But I have to admit, yesterday was, well, it was a lot. Yesterday was a real challenge.
Oh, I remember you saying yesterday was intense. Tell me a bit more. What made it such a very, very busy day?
Well, I had so many different kinds of things to do, and they were all scheduled so close together.
Yeah.
I had important appointments, a bunch of long phone calls I had to be ready for, and then this long list of errands to run.
All over the city.
Yes, all over the city.
When you say errands, maybe we can explain that for our friends who are listening.
Oh, of course. Good idea. Errands are, they're those small tasks you have to do, like going to the post office or buying food.
Picking something up from a store.
Exactly. And when you have a lot of errands, you're just always moving. So I was literally running around all day, nonstop.
I know those days so well. It feels like you're physically moving faster than your brain can think. You're just constantly, responding to demands.
Yes, they're always so tiring.
Extremely tiring.
But today is a completely different feeling. It's quiet. I'm sitting here with a nice glass of water, and I'm ready to have a focused, calm conversation with you. It's a wonderful change. How about you? How was your morning?
My morning was very nice, thank you. I woke up a little earlier than usual, before the city got really loud. And I was just sitting outside for a moment, and I listened to the birds singing. It was only a few minutes, but wow, it made such a big difference.
That sounds absolutely lovely. That's the definition of peaceful, isn't it?
It really was. It was very peaceful. And peaceful just means quiet, calm, without any worry. It's a great way to start the day. It helps you find that inner calm before things get fast and loud.
It really does. Having that quiet moment kind of sets the tone for the whole day.
And that's so important because, like you were saying, life can be very fast sometimes. It can be very demanding.
Fast, loud, and demanding, especially if you live or work in a big city. There's always noise, always movement, always something needing your attention.
Exactly. And that feeling of life being too fast or too demanding, that brings us, directly to the important topic we need to talk about today.
And that topic is?
Today, we're going to talk about stress. S-T-R-E-S-S.
Stress. That is a huge topic and so important for everyone. Everyone feels stress. It doesn't matter where you live or what language you speak. It's a normal part of modern life.
It's a normal feeling, but we need to know how to talk about it. So our mission today is to learn how to say, I am stressed in a few different natural ways. And most importantly, we are going to talk about how to manage it, how to relax.
That is the perfect mission. I think we all need to learn how to relax more, especially when we're learning something big, like a new language.
I agree 100%. Learning English should never be stressful. It should be fun, enjoyable. So let's make this a completely relaxing lesson about stress.
I love that idea. A lesson about stress that is designed to make us feel more relaxed.
So let's start with the word itself, stress. We'll define it scientifically first, just for a moment, and then we'll break it down into something simpler for our daily conversations.
Okay, sounds good. Let's start with the simple science.
All right, so scientifically, stress is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. It's the reaction your body and mind have to a challenge or a demand.
Okay, that definition is correct, but it can feel a little abstract, for just talking. Can you give us a simpler way to think about stress?
Of course. Simply put, stress is when you feel pressure. P-R-E-S-U-R-E. The feeling of stress is when you feel like you have too much to do and not enough time to do it.
Pressure. Now that word I understand, that connects to daily life.
Yeah.
It sounds heavy, like something is pushing down on you.
That's the perfect way to visualize it. I want you to imagine for a second that you are carrying a very heavy backpack. It's full of books, maybe some heavy stones. That feeling of weight on your shoulders, that physical pushing down, that is pressure. That is stress.
Okay, I can feel that. So if I have 10 really important tasks to finish in just 1 hour, and my head feels tight and my shoulders are heavy, I'm feeling pressure.
That's exactly right. You are under pressure. And when we feel this way, we use a very simple phrase. I am stressed.
I am stressed. That's the basic phrase. Everyone listening, maybe say that with us, nice and slow. I am stressed.
I am stressed. It's direct. It's clear. It shares exactly how you're feeling.
But there's another phrase that's maybe even more common, right? A bit more natural in conversation.
Yes. When the feeling of pressure is really high, we often add a small word to it. We say, I am stressed out.
I am stressed out. That's a phrase you will hear native speakers use all the time. It means the same thing, but adding out just makes it sound a bit more authentic.
Let's all practice that one together slowly. I am stressed out. Say it again with us. I am stressed out. One more time. Really feel it. I am stressed out. It just shows that the pressure is at its maximum level.
Okay, so let's use some examples. I've mentioned my busy day yesterday. I can definitely give you a story about when I felt truly stressed out. I had a big deadline for a project.
A deadline. That's a powerful word, a word that brings a lot of pressure.
It really does. A deadline is that specific time you absolutely must finish something. My deadline was 5:00 p.m.
And at, say, 4:00 p.m., were you ready?
No, not at all. At 4 p.m., I still had so much work left to do. And of course, when you're under that kind of pressure, everything that can go wrong.
It does go wrong.
It does. First, my computer started being so slow. Then it decided it needed to do an update, which took like 10 minutes. And then my internet connection started failing.
Oh, no. Technology problems just multiply the stress, don't they? They add these extra layers of pressure.
They really do. I'm looking at the clock, tick-tock, tick-tock, and I can just feel the pressure rising. And I felt the physical signs of stress in my body.
What did you notice? What were those physical signs when the pressure was so high?
My heart was beating so fast. Boom, 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 just racing.
That is a classic sign of stress. Your body is preparing for a challenge, so your heart rate goes way up.
Yeah, and I was sweating, even though the room was cool. I was just so worried I wouldn't finish on time. I was completely stressed out.
I can imagine. So did you make it? Did you finish before the deadline?
I did, but just barely. I submitted the work at 4:58 p.m., just 2 minutes before the deadline.
Wow, that's incredibly close. You were right at the edge. How did you feel right after you sent it?
So tired, just extremely tired. Stress, that high level of pressure, takes so much energy from your body and your mind. I felt completely drained.
It really does. That's a perfect example of work stress or time stress. You were carrying that heavy backpack of pressure.
I really was. I was totally stressed out.
Well, I want to share a different kind of stress story now. It's not about a work deadline, but it's about a feeling that's maybe even more intense than just pressure. It's about when too many things happen at once.
Oh, we definitely need the vocabulary for that. That happens to everyone.
So last Saturday, I decided I was going to be super productive. I tried to clean my whole house in one morning. My list was just too long. I wanted to wash clothes, clean the floors, cook dinner for that night, and even fix a broken chair.
That sounds like 4 huge tasks for one morning.
It was way too many. So I started cleaning, but then my phone rings, and it's this important, complicated conversation. While I'm on the phone, I realize I've burned the food I was cooking.
Oh, no.
And right after I hang up, I knock over a big glass of water all over the clean floor.
It sounds like a total mess. Everything happening at the exact same time.
Exactly. And I just stood there in the middle of the kitchen, surrounded by the mess, the smell of smoke, the phone ringing again. And in that moment, I felt a very specific feeling. I felt overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. OVERWHELMED. That is a big, important word.
No.
Perfectly captures that moment. Can you explain exactly what overwhelmed means?
Of course. To be overwhelmed means you have so much happening, so many tasks, so much emotion that you literally cannot think or act. Your brain just stops. It freezes.
So if being stressed out means you feel high pressure, then overwhelmed is when the pressure is too much to handle.
Precisely. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine you're at the beach. Feeling overwhelmed is like a big wave in the ocean suddenly crashing down and covering you completely. You can't see, you can't breathe, you can't move. You are completely covered. You are overwhelmed.
I have definitely felt that wave before. When you're truly overwhelmed, you almost want to just stop everything, maybe sit down and cry, or just give up.
That's the key difference. Stressed out is when you feel high pressure, but you're still moving. Overwhelmed is when the pressure has completely stopped you.
I feel that in busy places,
Yeah.
like a huge supermarket. Too many people talking, the music is too loud, the lights are too bright. I can suddenly feel very overwhelmed.
That's a perfect example. It's sensory overload.
Yeah.
Too much information for your brain to process.
So we can say, I feel overwhelmed by my work.
Or, I am overwhelmed by the noise. Let's practice that big word together, slowly. Overwhelmed. Again. Overwhelmed. One more time. Focus on the feeling. Overwhelmed. It's so useful because it explains that you just can't process anything more.
So back in your kitchen, when you felt completely overwhelmed, what did you do?
I knew I had to stop the feeling, so I stopped everything. I turned off the stove. Then I sat down on a chair right in the middle of the mess. and I did absolutely nothing for 10 minutes.
That must have been so hard to do with all the pressure to clean up.
It was necessary. I had to force myself to stop the feeling of being overwhelmed so I could feel calmer. And after those 10 minutes of just sitting quietly, my mind could think again. I could start cleaning logically.
That's a great strategy for being overwhelmed. Just stop all motion.
And English has a really funny, sort of idiomatic way to describe having too much to do.
It does. I love the idioms, especially the ones with food. Which one are you thinking of?
The one about the plate. The phrase, I have a lot on my plate.
Yes, that one. I have a lot on my plate. It's a classic conversational idiom. It sounds so natural.
Everyone, listen how that sounds. I have a lot on my plate. Let's practice it slowly. I have a lot on my plate.
Now, this doesn't literally mean I have a big plate of food.
No, not in this case. It's a metaphor. Imagine your life is a plate, and all your tasks, work, family, cleaning, studying English, all of that is the food on your plate.
Okay, I'm picturing a very full plate.
So if you have your job and family and cleaning and studying, your plate is completely full. You have a lot on your plate.
I see. So it just means I'm very busy. I have many responsibilities that are taking up all my time and energy.
Exactly. So imagine a friend asks you, hey, can you help me paint my house this weekend? What's the polite way to say no?
The polite and honest way would be, I'm so sorry, I can't. I have a lot on my plate right now.
Perfect. I have a lot on my plate right now.
Yeah.
It's a very clear and polite way to say, I am already too busy. I can't add one more thing.
I like that because it sounds much gentler than just saying no. It explains why you're saying no.
It explains you're already full. You can't add more food without it all falling off. Let's practice that again. I have a lot on my plate.
I have a lot on my plate.
The problem is when you put too much on your plate.
Yeah. If you put too much food on, it falls off. You make a mess.
And that's exactly when the metaphor connects back to our topic. When the food starts falling off your plate, that's when you get stressed out or even completely overwhelmed.
So the goal is to have just enough on our plate. Not too much, not too little.
That ideal state is what we call balance. We're all trying to find that perfect balance.
So we've talked about how stress feels in our minds, like pressure. But it's so important to remember that stress also changes our bodies.
That is so true. When you're stressed, your whole body tightens up, almost like it's getting ready for a fight.
When I'm really stressed out, my body actually hurts. Where do you usually feel it?
Almost always in my shoulders and my neck. The muscles get so tight.
Me too. My shoulders start to go up towards my ears, and I don't even realize it's happening. I have to physically tell myself to take a breath and let them down.
And if that stress lasts for a few hours, I get that very specific kind of pain in my head, a tension headache.
Oof. Tension headaches are the worst. It feels like a tight band squeezing your head, and it's caused by that muscle tension in your head and neck. I also get tired eyes, especially from staring at a computer screen under pressure.
And another really common one is a stomach ache.
Yes, people call it butterflies in your stomach, but not the good kind. The bad, worried butterflies.
Now let's talk about something much more serious. If you are stressed for a very, very long time, months, maybe even years, and you never take time to relax, something very serious can happen.
What's the risk when the pressure never stops?
The result is that you can get burned out. Or we say you can suffer from burnout.
Burnout. B-U-R-N-O-U-T. That sounds like a fire that goes out completely.
That's a perfect way to think about it. Let's use a candle metaphor for burnout. A candle, when it burns, gives light. It's productive. But if you keep it burning for too long with no rest, eventually there's no more wax. The fuel is gone. The flame just stops.
That's a very powerful and sad image. So a person who is burned out is like that candle.
Exactly. If you work too hard day after day with no rest, eventually you have no energy left. You can't work, you can't concentrate, you might even stop caring. You are completely burned out.
That sounds so serious. We have to be so careful not to get close to being burned out.
Burnout is a serious condition. It's much more than just feeling tired. It often requires a very long rest weeks or even months to recover.
So managing our daily stress is crucial. We have to remember, preventing stress is so much better than trying to fix burnout.
Definitely. We need to manage stress every single day, starting now, before we ever reach that state of total burnout.
Okay, we have really dug into the problem. Stress, pressure, being overwhelmed, the danger of burnout. Now we need the good part, the solution.
The solution is simple in concept, but sometimes hard to do in our busy lives. We need to learn how to relax.
Relax. I love that word. R-E-L-A-X. What is your number one simplest way to relax right away?
My number one way is universal, it's free, and anyone can do it. Take a deep breath.
It's really that simple.
It is. When I feel that tension rising, I just stop. I pause what I'm doing. I breathe in deeply, and then I breathe out slowly.
Let's all do that right now.
All right.
Everyone listening, just pause. Breathe in deep through your nose, and now breathe out slow through your mouth. Just release that tension.
See, I feel better already. That one simple action tells your brain, it is okay. You are safe.
It's scientifically proven. It calms your whole nervous system. It's our fastest tool. So what's your second favorite way to relax?
I find it really helpful to change my environment. If I'm feeling stressed out inside my house, looking at the same walls, I need to go outside.
Change of scenery, a connection with nature.
Yes, I go for a short walk, even just for 10 minutes. Seeing the trees, the sky, feeling the wind, it makes my problems feel much smaller.
I completely agree. A walk in nature is like magic. It helps you change your perspective and helps you calm down.
Another thing I find so helpful is a warm drink.
Of course,
Seriously.
a warm cup of herbal tea. Not coffee though, right?
Yeah.
Caffeine can sometimes make the stress feel worse.
Exactly. Something soothing, like chamomile or peppermint tea.
It's warm, it's soothing, it helps me to slow down and physically calm down.
Calm down. That's a really important phrasal verb. To calm down means to go from feeling stressed to feeling relaxed.
Let's practice that one nice and slow. Calm down. Say it with us. Calm down. One more time. Feel the change in the phrase. Calm down.
And the final strategy that really helps me, especially with preventing burnout, is learning a very hard skill. Learning to say no.
Saying no, that is so hard for so many people.
It is, but it's necessary for our health. If I already have a lot on my plate and someone asks me to do one more big thing, I have to be strong enough to say no.
It takes a lot of confidence, a lot of self-awareness.
It's healthy. If I say yes to everything, I will get burned out. So I practice saying, I'm so sorry, I can't do that. I have too much on my plate.
You're communicating that you need to protect your limited energy.
Yes. And that is called setting a boundary. Boundaries are essential because they reduce that external pressure we feel, and so they reduce our stress.
So our toolkit is taking a deep breath, going for a walk, drinking tea, and learning to say no.
That's a wonderful, simple, and very effective toolkit. Now, are you ready for a quick, relaxing quiz game to test our new vocabulary?
I'm always ready for a game, as long as it's not a stressful game.
No, not at all. A completely relaxing game. I'll describe a situation, and you and everyone listening can tell me the best phrase to describe it.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Situation 1. You have a big English exam tomorrow morning. You are worried you're going to forget everything you learned.
I can feel that weight. I would say I'm nervous or I'm definitely stressed out.
Correct. You're feeling pressure about a deadline. What's some simple advice for that moment?
I should stop worrying. I should take a deep breath and maybe go for a short walk to clear my head.
Excellent advice. Okay, next scenario.
Right.
Situation 2. You are at home. The house is messy. A baby is crying. A dog is barking. And your phone is ringing all at the exact same moment.
Oh, wow. That is just too much noise, too many demands. My brain would freeze. I feel totally overwhelmed.
Yes, that is the perfect word. You are overwhelmed. It is too much input for your mind to process.
I need to stop everything. I need to sit down for 10 minutes right in the middle of the mess, just like you did.
Exactly. You need to stop that wave from covering you. Overwhelmed is the word.
Okay, next situation.
Situation 3. Your boss asks you to work all weekend, but you already have important family plans and you worked late all last weekend too.
This is a test of my balance. I have a lot on my plate already. I really need to use that phrase to say no and protect my weekend.
Perfect application. And if you say yes to that request, what might happen to you after a few months of that?
I'll eventually get totally burned out.
Yes.
Because I'm working with no rest and no balance.
So setting that boundary by saying, I have a lot on my plate is how you prevent burnout. You made the connection.
I did. I'm learning to protect my candle.
Last one. Situation 4. You've finished all your work for the week. You are sitting in a comfortable chair, reading a book, and drinking a warm cup of tea.
That's the goal. That's the feeling we want. I feel wonderful. I feel relaxed. I feel calm. I feel peaceful.
That is the ultimate goal. That feeling of calm is what all of our strategies are for.
I definitely want to be in situation 4 right now.
We're almost there. We are finishing our conversation, which is an achievement in itself.
This has been so helpful. I really believe that just talking about stress and having the right words to name these feelings actually helps reduce the stress itself.
I agree completely. When we can name our feelings, whether it's pressure or being overwhelmed, they become easier to manage.
So let's do one last quick, slow review of the most important words we learned today.
We started with the core idea. Stress and pressure. Remember that heavy backpack?
Then we learned the conversational phrase, stressed out when you're busy and worried. Say it slowly. I am stressed out.
Then the big one for when it's too much. Overwhelmed. When your mind freezes. Say it clearly. Overwhelmed.
We talked about the serious long-term result, burnout, when you have no energy left. Burnout.
And the polite idiom. I have a lot on my plate. It means you have many responsibilities. Repeat it. I have a lot on my plate.
And finally, the solutions. Relax, the phrasal verb, calm down, and the action. Take a deep breath.
You did a fantastic job with that review. And to everyone listening, you did a great job too. Focusing on English for this long is a real achievement.
Yes, be proud of yourself. Please don't stress about your English. You are learning step by step, word by word.
And that brings us to our final moment together. Our question of the day.
I am so curious to hear the answers to this one. We really do want to learn about your life.
Our question for you today is, what do you do to relax when you are feeling stressed?
It's a great question.
Do you cook? Do you exercise, watch a favorite movie? Do you sleep? Or maybe you listen to this conversation to feel calm.
That would be the best compliment ever. Please write your answer in the comments.
You can just write a very simple sentence for practice, like, when I'm stressed, I listen to music.
Or, to relax, I go for a walk. Simple, clear sentences are perfect practice.
We love reading your comments and learning from you. It really is the highlight of our week.
Thank you all so much for spending your time and energy with us today. And remember this one simple thing. Take a deep breath today.
Breathe in slowly. Breathe out even slower. And remember to smile. You are doing great.
See you next time, English friends.